Hello, this is Braden Kelly of blogginginnovation.com, here with Kevin Roberts, CEO of Saatchi and Saatchi, also a contributor to blogginginnovation.com, which we feel very fortunate to have you on the blog and have the opportunity to share some of your thoughts and views with people all around the world. Have the opportunity to speak with you and ask you a few questions. So what I'd like to do is just start right in with just number one, how do you see people's relationships with devices changing over time in this new sort of always connected world?
Really positively, right? You know, I mean, my kids, me, every one of us now have been liberated. I think we're looking to have relationships with these devices. That might sound crazy, but you just think of the way you are with your iPod and your iPhone. These have become personalities. They've become part of you. They're not mechanical. They're not functional. They're not design-driven. None of those things. They are really part of you, and you expect them to be an extension of you, to take you to great places, to give you great stuff, to answer great questions, but more importantly, to connect you with your loved ones. I'm on the board of New Zealand Telecom in New Zealand. It's New Zealand's biggest telco. And really that whole business is about connecting people, keeping them in touch, and the devices will become more intimate, more personal, more important, more friendly. Yeah, it's a great outlook if you're in that business.
Yes, well, it's definitely a market that's changing very quickly, and as you can get on the internet and get things, it becomes more of a handy device that people always have with them. And so as we
don't think of that though as a device. They don't think of it as a device. It is now part of them.
An extension.
It is part of them, yeah. So they need to be given names. They need to be smoothed over. They need to be, softened up. The way Jobs is evolving design is very smart because he's making them smaller, less intrusive, much more touchy and feely, much better graphics. These are the demands that we're making because they're not devices. They're not devices, right? They're part of us now.
Right, and so the social experience with devices. We also have social media. Some people see that as a separate thing, but what are some of the great integrations that you've seen of social media and traditional advertising? What good examples can you give?
Yeah, I don't think there is anything now that's traditional and non-traditional. There is only one thing, which is the consumer, and she and he are connected in every way. So they don't see a difference. They don't differentiate. We live in a family of screens. Okay, we are all now screenagers, right? Because we have our TV, we have our iPhone, we have our iPod, we have our computer. We want all these interacting. We're going to take a little highlight, a little reminder on our iPhone, and then we're going to go straight to watch it on the 52-inch high-definition Sony Bravia screen, right? So we live in the family of screens, and I see us really seamlessly, without any effort, without any confusion, just using those for whatever's best. I don't think the makers of the screens have figured this out. I don't think the media players have figured this out. I know that advertisers have not figured it out. I know that agencies haven't figured it out. Consumers have, man.
Right.
They get this instantly. I think the mobile phone, for instance, there's how many in the world? I don't know, 4 billion, right? Like everybody's got one. You've got a screen with you all the time, and are advertisers using that? Of course they're not. I mean, it's terrible. It's like when TV was first invented, right? People fundamentally put radio spots on TV. At the moment,
right.
We're just putting, kind of very haphazard creative onto the mobile instead of using that interactive, impersonal relationship, not device, relationship,
right.
Much better. Yeah.
So one last thing. I know you have limited time, but tell us people a little bit more about Do One Thing and the campaign that you have going there.
Jack Welch said that the role of business was to create shareholder value. Peter Drucker said it was to create and maintain a customer. They were both right. I don't think they went far enough, though, in the world that we live in today. I think the role of business is to make the world a better place for everyone. And I think the only way you do that is by helping people create sustainable enterprise everywhere. Bottom up. I mean, let's face it, a guy in a little village in Kenya is not going to become part of the global economy overnight. He's going to build a little corner store or a little business down there with fruit juice or something. We got to help him do all that. I think sustainability starts with economic sustainability. If you don't make money, it's a long haul, right? Then you look at the environment, of course, but then social and cultural sustainability is vital to me. I think the future is not in the hands of government, not in the hands of corporate. It's in the hands of us, the 6-7 billion people in the world. And our view at Saatchi is that we're going to try and help everyone along a program called DOT, which is about moving from green to becoming true blue. Blue oceans, blue skies, really all about possibilities, not limits.
Right.
And it's about DOT, do one thing. So find one thing, stop smoking, lose weight, go to work on your bike, turn off all those vampire electronics, really just drink tap water. Do one thing that you can do. That's the way we'll make a difference.
Right.
That's our hope.
One thing at a time.
One thing at a time, one consumer at a time.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the time, Kevin, and for sharing your thoughts with us. And again, this is Braden Kelly of blogginginnovation.com and Kevin Roberts of Saatchi & Saatchi.
So just do one thing.
Just do one thing.